clock part 2. Here's kind of how we're thinking of making this program. It's the same clock you used for that clock project weeks ago, but it added a minute hand and an hour hand, a time button, and a reset button. Here's how it works. The idea is this program to be ran, say, for a kindergarten class. It can help teach the kindergartners how to read a clock. And the idea is to have, when you hit the time button, it's going to ask a question to enter in a time. When you enter the time, the clock has a turn and show that time on the clock. Let's watch. So let's set the clock. It says enter in the hour. Then again, just for the sake of teaching students in kindergarten, we're going to use normal clock hours, 1 to 12. So I'll say 4 o'clock. Type in 4, hit enter, and watch. The hour hand spins to 4 o'clock. Now it says enter the minute. I'm going to say 35. Hit enter, and it'll spin and show 4:35. And it'll display 4:35. I push reset. The clock gets reset back to start, or 12 o'clock. Try one more. Set the clock. Let's try 11:04. 11:04. There it is. So the clock is, it's a little bit off on the marks as far as the line it perfectly, but that's the clock we're given. Clock we got to use. So there's the program. Reset goes back to. There it is. I won't show you much of the code, but I do have the clock that I had in my old program. There it still is. And I'm adding on this here minute hand actor, hour hand actor, a time actor, and it should be a reset actor. Reset actor. And then all their code is broadcast reset. This guy will broadcast some times here. Hold on. Okay, this we can show you. This is fine. Oops, get back there. Shrink this down. There we go. Okay, so here again, when I click the time button, it's just when clicked, I have my text going to a certain size and a certain font. It's saying, let's set the clock. It asks to set the hour, and it's setting a variable I call hour to my answer. I type in 10 o'clock, it sets the 10 o'clock to that variable called hour, and it broadcasts the code for hour. So then I push the time button, it's asking the time, and now watch. I'll type in like 1 o'clock, I push enter, it sets this to 1, and broadcast, it tells me hour hand to do the code needed to turn to 1. Okay, that I won't show you. And it says enter in the minute. Same thing here. Let's go 09. It's going to set that time I typed in 09 to the minute variable and broadcast to the minute hand for it to do its thing. There it is. Reset. We'll help you more on next day in class, but for now, just got to think, hey, how did the clock hand turn for the stopwatch? It was a forever rotate a certain degree and wait a certain amount of time. Same concept. The difference is it's not forever. It's I want this clock to turn until the degrees are what we want. The hint is for every minute it's 6 degrees. So if I want to go, actually I got a minute again first. Now let's do 12 o'clock. I do a full spin. That's fine. If I want to do 1 minute, let's do 1 minute. The clock hand turns 6 degrees. So somehow that repeat command is repeating until the amount of turn equals 6 degrees. But now how does it know that 1 minute equals 6? That's what you got to figure out. Hour hand, same kind of concept. It's the same way that the other hand turns. The difference is it's turning in 30 degree increments because there are 12 stops in a clock hour, 12 hours in a clock hour, right? And there's 360 total degrees. So 360 divided by 12 is 30. So I have turning until the degree equals the amount I want. 1 o'clock, 30 degrees. 2 o'clock, 60 degrees. 3 o'clock, 90 degrees. So there's your hint for that clock part 2 project. This display here, I think I have mine set here. Here it is. This can show you do something I haven't done yet. It's I have my code broadcasting a thing called time, and I have a font color picked, a font size picked, and it's called set label. So I'm having this label. The label is joining together my hour variable plus a semicolon plus the minute variable. So I'm joining those 3 together. So you see that 12:01 because I had 12 and I had 01. I have this year kind of punching for free. And then reset sets the label back to nothing. Okay, I could have this be just a dot, and if it is used for a dot, maybe I push reset, and now it's just a dot. See there? I want to have this be empty, so when it is reset, the label goes away. Okay, so there's my label, and you've seen these guys, how to ask the question, set the variables, how to reset. The hands, you got to kind of figure out based on the other clock project. All right, hey, good luck.